So good morning students. In last video I have told you about the consecutive reaction and its short introduction, and I made you aware that these reactions involve generally a decay kind of reaction. So today we will discuss the derivation of first order kinetics of consecutive reaction. You can see this is an example of consecutive reaction where you get B from A, then you get C from B, and these are the rate equations K1 and K2 with respect to reactions. So at time t is equals to 0, we assume that the concentration of A is small a, and since the reaction was not started, so there is no concentration produced of B and C, so it is 0. And later on, when the time reaches to t, the concentration of A becomes to small x, and B becomes to y, and C becomes to z. So finally we can conclude that the concentration A, I mean the initial concentration of reactant A, is equals to the sum of x, y and z. So this is your final equation, which will be known as 1. Now the rate of disappearance of A, since we have to find out the respective rates so that we can have a first order kinetic equation of A, B and C. So first we will take this equation from which we are getting B from A. So the rate of disappearance of A. Rate of disappearance of A can be written as minus dx by dt is equals to K1 x. So you will rearrange it, and after rearrangement and applying an integration, you will get this equation. Okay, now you have to find out the value of this integration constant. So for finding out the value, what we can do, we will put the value of t and x. So when time t is equals to 0 and x is equals to a, the value of integration constant IC becomes log a. Okay, now then you have to put the value of integrated constant here. After putting, you will get this equation, and you have to rearrange it, and after the rearrangement you will get this equation, which is the rate equation for disappearance of A. Okay, now we come to the second equation or the second reaction. The second reaction involves the formation of C from B, or you can say the rate of formation of C is equals to rate of disappearance of B. Similarly here the rate of formation of B is equals to rate of disappearance of A. So we will follow that point here, and here I have written rate of formation of B is equals to rate of disappearance of A. So this becomes the equation, and rate of disappearance of B is equals to rate of formation of C. So we can write this rate will be equal to K2 into Y. So what will be the net rate of formation of B? The net rate of formation of B can be written as dy by dt, because y was the term for B, so we have written it dy by dt, and net rate will be equal to k1 minus x, k1x minus k2y. Now you have to rearrange this equation, and after the rearrangement you will get this equation. Okay, so further we can put the value of x from equation 2. Okay, so you can write it as equation 3, and when you substitute the value of x from equation 2 to 3, you will get this equation. Okay, so you must have a mathematical background, because here you have to follow a little maths, and this equation is the linear differential equation of first order, which you generally study in mathematics. So the equation becomes like that. Start. And the solution for that linear differential equation is this. So again I am telling you, again you have to focus on mathematics. This is the differential equation which I have told you, and this is the solution. So here I am writing only the solution of that differential equation. Okay, now you see the terms. Okay, so what you have to do generally for simplifying, what we do, we take as a common term. So here we take this term common from the denominator, and from numerator you can take this exponential term common. So after that you will get this equation, and now again we have to rearrange. So what we will do, we will multiply this exponential term to the bracket terms, and after solving and cancelling out, you will get this equation as the final equation. So this is the another equation from which you are getting the value of y. And now what you have to do, the value of x which you have obtained in equation 2 and value of y obtained in equation 4 have to be put in this equation. So after putting the values, you will get the final equation which will show the rate of formation of Z, that means the rate of formation of C. So again you have to follow the rearrangement method. So you have to follow, again you will take a common term. I took A and A upon K2 minus K1 as a common term, and then again I have to solve it out. If you will see it very carefully, then you will understand what simple mathematics I have applied. And I have took some of the common term, then similarly the negative and positive term will be cancelled out, and here I have cancelled out, and finally after the rearrangement I am getting this equation. So this is the equation which you will get for the formation of C. Start. So after this you got 3 different equations to find out their kinetics. The first order kinetics, equation 2, equation 4, and finally this equation 5. Now I'll tell you something through graph. This is the curve where we have plotted concentration and time term, and through this you can understand when the concentration of A falls, it is falling continuously, okay, and the concentration of C is rising continuously, okay. But when you see the same curve for B, you can see the concentration of B rises to, so the concentration for the B term, you can see the concentration of B rises to a maximum. Here you can see then it decreases with the time. So this is the whole reaction which you can understand through a graph. In next video I'll share you something more related to your unit 2 complex reaction. So till now go through it, and if you feel or you find any kind of problem, we will discuss. Okay, thank you.